Three, two, one. Hi, I'm Andrew Smith from the Open University Cisco Academy Support Centre, and I'd like to introduce you to a very interesting friend today. Tom, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, Andrew. My name is Tom Nolan. I'm a lecturer in the School of Informatics and Cybersecurity in Technological University Dublin, TU Dublin. I'm based there since 2001 and I'm a Netacad instructor since almost the day I joined, late 2001, early 2002. So I suppose I'm now in that bracket of one of the older generation of Netacad instructors. I would have met Andrew quite early in the 2000s at CompTIA and Netacad events. And here we are later, Andrew. It's 2025. How did that happen?
I know we're just getting older. We're just getting young at a greater pace. TU Dublin is like the Open University. It's an academy support centre as well. So share a little bit about how you work with your partners in the Republic of Ireland.
We're an academy support centre and instructor training centre. And I suppose before that term that we all remember the day it happened, which was COVID, we used to do a lot of on site instructor training for our Cisco Academy partners, both north and south. But we've got about, I think, 29. We've actually got 30 active academies right now in Southern Ireland. Brexit had its own effect on the North of Ireland academies, but we all still work very closely together. And we've now migrated the training model to a collaboration with the Open University, the University of Wales, St David, and other UK partners. And we are the UK and Ireland here, and we just happen to be the representative of Ireland. And we all work very closely together. Only last week, we had a great meeting in Birmingham City University with Andrew and all the other UK and Ireland Academy support centres. And look, we're all here together to work to drive the programme. And I mean, it's just amazing how much the programme has evolved since I got involved in 2001, 2002. So it's just an amazing resource, and we're just here to spread the gospel. Would you agree with that, Andrew?
Absolutely, and I mean times have changed, and yeah, politically times have changed, and Neticad has changed as well. And the great thing is, yes, Brexit happened, and there's those who like it and those who dislike it, but it enabled us to create a separate academy support centre for our partners in Northern Ireland. But for you, with Neticad and with its evolution, how is it impacting you and your students currently in the Republic?
Netacad has evolved as we just discussed. I mean, there's fantastic courses now, and just at the launch last week of there's a new industrial networks program. There's a new greenhouse gas short course. There's courses in AI, obviously, as well as the traditional CCNA, CCNP security courses that we would have spent many weeks getting our instructor badges on. I suppose I manage a course or I'm program chair of an innovative course in Dublin. It's like an apprenticeship. There's no other course like it as far as I know in university in the Republic. It's called a Higher Certificate in Science and Computing in Cloud Networking, Secure Cloud Networking Technologies. And the short bracket for that is Learn and Work. We take in students in September for 5 months of intensive university modules and career supports. And then 5 months later, they're out on placement for 4 days a week for 7 months. So it's not like your traditional program, it's a 12-month treadmill, as I would explain it. I suppose Netacad is really driving the course content in that this industry certifications align to almost all of the modules. So as well as a student getting, their academic credits and allowing them to progress to an honours degree or a master's degree, they're also getting very valuable work experience. So in 2 years, they would have 14 months of work experience. They would have their 2 years of university. But critically as well, students have also got the opportunity to take some industry certifications. And I mean, if you look at a student now that's got 14 months work experience, has got maybe a CCNA or a CCST, the new industry certs, a CompTIA cert, a Microsoft cert, these guys are getting snapped up. And that's what we're finding in that the last intake of students just gone by, the second year students, 100% of those were offered permanent roles in their companies. And I mean, that's just fantastic. They're still able to go on and do their bachelor's or honours degree. And we've had students recently that have got their honours or have got their masters in cybersecurity and other disciplines. So I suppose Nedicad is really, driving the content, but the academic requirements and QA obviously are rigorously observed as well, if that makes sense.
No, that completely makes sense, and I make no secret that I'm a big fan of the blend of the applied professional, and you're doing a great job of doing the same that we've been trying to accomplish here in the UK for many years. So why do people want those industry employability skills from organisations like Netacad?
I suppose, we're now in very much a global workforce. There may be, regions of the world where they might not have heard of Dublin or Technology University Dublin, and to be maybe wondering at the parchment that the student have from an academic perspective. But the likes of Cisco and Microsoft and Linux, LPI, and all of these these are a global brand. It's not just it's the same exam globally. It's just a very desired polishing of your academic rigor, as I would call it. You're doing the academic content, you're doing the lab work, you're doing the troubleshooting, you're doing the theoretical concepts, and then it just an extra bit of work will get you this very valuable global industry certification, and it really stands out on your resume or on your LinkedIn profile. So to us, we're doing the majority of the work anyway, but it does take extra work for the students to get those industry certifications. And as an academic team, we're conscious of that, and we give them the resources to try and achieve it.
Excellent. So basically, it's the difference.
Yeah, it's just something else in addition that stands out on an interview that may get you across the line in comparison to another candidate. And it's a competitive job market, no matter where you are. And if you've got the academic credits, that's a box ticked. If you've got the work experience, that's another big box ticked. And then if you've got an industry certification that basically proves to the world that you're not just able to talk the talk, you can walk the walk, and you've got this, brand associated with your academic work and endeavour. I mean, to us, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it proves that you're actually competent,
Mm.
and it proves that you do know what you're doing, albeit from a entry level experience.
Yes. Yeah.
Going forward, what are your long term ambitions with the likes of Netacad?
Yeah. So, the program has certainly changed quite a bit. We, we're now looking at the new content that's coming on stream, particularly that industrial networks module. And we use Netacad as as a support system, and it's the platform has changed. We can now do a lot more kind of creative work with the platform. So yes, it's certainly very much in our plans, and I suppose our job here in the School of Informatics and Cybersecurity is to spread the word. We've got a lot of colleges in further education that are using the program for the benefit of their students. And we also are now increasing our activity in secondary level schools, where we're targeting typically year 4 of secondary school, which is called transition year. And we're trying to integrate some of the content there as well to basically supplement the great work that our secondary schools are doing as well. And there's a new module as well, or a new exam, a new course called Computer Science, which is on our Leaving Certificate program, and Netacad is perfect as well to support some of the content there as well.
So, adapting to the new and emerging technologies and adapting to an ever changing educational landscape.
Absolutely. And when you started, it was typically just core networking that was on offer. And now it's gone into, JavaScript plus AI is everywhere, obviously. And there's just such amazing content there. And then, particularly for secondary schools that may not have a significant budget for labs, I mean, Packet Tracer is just incredible. Every student can download it onto their devices, and they can be not only dropping in routers and switches now, but Arduinos, Internet of Things, Raspberry Pis, etc., and sensors. And it's just incredible the ecosystem that's there and the support that's there as well. Because if somebody comes to me, or if an academy comes to me with something that I'm not unsure of, I mean, there's a help desk there that's operated 24/7, or indeed as a network of academy support centres and instructor training centres. We're regularly in contact as well. And I mean, Elizabeth Barr's doing an amazing job giving us all that support and that ecosystem. And she's always at the end of an email or a phone call if we need. Elizabeth manages the UK and Ireland, and now actually the Nordics Academy Supports and Instructor Training Centre ecosystem.
Excellent. It is a good system, it's a great resource, and we're always discovering excellent new ways of doing things. And of course, Packet Tracer, it's as a simulator, it's been around for around 20 years. I just realised that recently, and we couldn't have done what we are doing if we hadn't had that as part of our own work at the Open University. So, Tom, thank you very much. Thank you for being so eloquent and sort of wise in what you've shared. Is there any parting words you'd like to pass on to any new Cisco instructor that might be listening to this podcast?
Yeah, look, my background, I was a secondary school teacher for a couple of years. I then happened to do a master's in computer applications and education, and I fell in love with the tech side. It's just an amazing resource. You don't have to be an expert in every domain. You can literally be one chapter ahead of the students. If you've got really exceptional students, you can just create a course and they can go away and just do a self-enroll, and they can do a self-paced course. They can do it as fast or as short as they want. And it's just with all the resources now where you can get a digital badge after achieving, a relatively maybe a 6 hour or 12-hour course, the students are gaining significantly as well. So they're getting their digital badges, they're getting their resumes shinier than the rest, and it's just an amazing resource. The investment that Cisco put into it is just incredible. And I suppose don't be afraid of it. And if you have any questions, just reach out to your Academy Support Centre, Instructing Training Centre, and we're always glad to help. And we look forward to expanding the program because it's just a no-brainer for any educational institution, to be honest with you, to get involved, in my opinion.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Tom Nolan, number one fanboy for NetAcad in the Republic of Ireland.